considerably. So there's that. But as we push buttons and do things, let's see here. So first, did I get any volunteers to do the recap? I think it was everybody stepped backwards at the same time. No one left standing out in front.
I said I would do it next week because I have a headache right now.
Okay.
I actually have that in writing.
So we have a volunteer for next week. Anybody for this week? All right. 3, 2, okay.
Sorry, Casey.
No, that's all right. It's all right. I mean, you guys don't like the story. It's okay. I'll just, cry in a little hole.
Also, there is going to be a cool thing that happens after, the session tonight. Sorry that it wasn't before, but, life sucks. Okay, bye.
Pizza ice cream!
Gross!
It'll be delicious. But in the meantime, the party that set out from Greenest some months ago has now arrived at the Carneth Roadhouse, having followed the trail of the cultists' treasure and loot. They saw that loot unloaded and put away in the strong room under lock and key, guided there by the burly hands of Bogluck the Orc. They've identified, of the 40-some people in the Roadhouse, a half dozen, maybe 10, suspected cultists among them, Bogluck himself, given away by the scabbard he wears, identical to several recovered from the cultists in the caves near Greenest. In the evening of their first day of arrival, a clever trap was laid and sprung, curiously, by the same person, causing all manner of ruckus. Some quick thinking, quick talking, quick action resulted in everything being kind of calmed down. A day passed, some work was done, some work was pretended to be done, some magical work was done, a bit of guarding, a bit of scouting and exploring, and the party turned up the other end of the tunnel that leads away from the strong room in the Roadhouse. Valandra, leaving her companion to worry for an exceptionally long couple of minutes, swam through the 100 feet of underwater tunnel, clambered up the 1,000-foot run back to the Roadhouse, but didn't open the trap door she found there. Instead, returned, and then made their way back to the Roadhouse to notify their party. Unfortunately, as they left, a spell was cast to rid Valandra of the mud, and as it sloughed off her, it left a very distinctive imprint of Valandra was here, neener, 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 to be found should anyone come by that way later. In the Roadhouse, several letters have been discovered. Those letters read, "It has come to my attention that some half dozen, The person reading it had a little trouble with their handwriting, scratched out a few lines. Each of these is, of course, handwritten. It has come to my attention that you and some half dozen others that arrived with the recent replacements have interests other than the completion of this great roadway. This has created a problem for me. I am able to identify those loyal to my cause, but I cannot discern between those you have brought with you and those who have blundered into this situation through some twist of the goddess's will. I propose this solution. I will arrange at dawn tomorrow to have a number of people called into the courtyard, you and those I believe to be your companions among them. A horn will be blown. On that signal, kill those that are not loyal to you. Having done so, simply wait. Those loyal to my cause will dispatch those who remain amongst us of unproven loyalty. Do see that any loyal to you that are particularly adept at disguising themselves are notified of this plan and join you in the courtyard, as I am only writing to those of which I am certain. Shortly thereafter, we will meet to discuss the terms of our new partnership. While the great black dragon of the mirror deals with the evidence, we shall leave in the courtyard. Should you elect to cause a disturbance before the enactment of this plan, those who have blundered in this situation will still be slaughtered, as will you and your companions, without chance to benefit from this profitable arrangement. The letter is not signed. Others have received parchments of a more mundane nature, and you've received one yourself, describing the work schedule for the upcoming days. This is discovered about 30 minutes to an hour before you expect dinner to be called. Gristle Pete has been cooking all day and has an army's worth of food ready for the army's worth of people. The party does have an opportunity to talk amongst themselves, even to meet up if they should choose to cluster. Currently, 4 of them are in each of 2 rooms. What would you guys like to do? That letter is not shady looking. It's
Not at
beautifully
all.
penned.
Oh, not remotely.
Uh,
Does the handwriting on the letter look similar to the handwriting on the schedule?
It looks identical.
Okay.
You know, that Bogluck said he had real good handwriting.
do we know who does the schedules?
Would it be the captain of the guard, or?
These schedules include everyone in the workhouse, so it could be the captain of the guard or it could be Bogluck. They would be the 2 most likely. If someone would like to give me perhaps an insight or an investigation or some other inquiry, maybe they can sort that one out. Normal party roll rules apply.
Someone want to help with this one? I'll
Uh,
do it. But
Dawn will definitely help.
You 2 are not in the same room right now, so please arrange to be at least close enough together for a conversation. Or you
I
could
thought-
just yell
I
back and
thought we
forth
were-
across the courtyard.
I'm in the same.
I thought
I'm
we
in
were
the,
They can use
upstairs
message.
I'm,
okay.
I'm in
But,
the same. room. I can
Dawn,
help.
Dawn has message, but he's definitely like going to mention that Pete is cooking with something that he knows very well, and it will likely make the vast majority of the people who actually eat what he's cooking probably not be able to function very well come the morning.
Are we
he's-
talking drug or?
It's something he kind of messed with once with Charity, and causes a lot of think like food poisoning kind of situation where you're going to be
Oh.
exhausted.
Discomfort.
Yes, exhausted and dehydrated. But he saw him with it. He doesn't know if depending on how much he puts in the food and how much people eat, he can't guarantee that's going to happen, but he would definitely suggest maybe stick with rations for now.
Okay.
Okay. And Valandra's gonna cast guidance for this. Oh wow.
Sure. So
15.
15, not a problem. Looking it over, thinking it over, and remembering what peaks you've had inside other folks' rooms, it appears Bogluck would be the one drawing up all of these documents.
When is dinner supposed to be?
You've got about a half an hour. Dinner happens just before dark, basically to take advantage of the natural light. And then after that, there's usually a little bit of drinking, a little bit of gambling. People use up a candle or 2, and then it's time to retire. Early day the next day.
Dawn can go see if he could offer some help with Pete and kind of make sure this happens. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are going to get sick, but it's not going to kill anybody. Maybe. He doesn't really care about that part. But it would leave them being obviously they didn't eat it, but might have to pretend to be as sick as everybody else.
Yeah, we might want to pretend.
But he can at least go see if Pete would like some help, and maybe he could make some suggestions or even be like, hey, add some more of this, you know? If
Are you-
that's something we want to do.
Are you okay?
Just to make sure that people get sick.
Just to make sure I understand what you're going for, you want to make this more potent?
No, just to like maybe like wander up there, see, because he saw that it was being used, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe just kind of like take a look and see how much has been used, and maybe like not so much make it worse, but just kind of assure that the people who eat this are gonna have a problem, because that would likely affect most people in this compound.
Does anybody else get the impression that you're trying to be too polite here? Because I just heard you say, not really make it worse, but just make sure that it affects everyone.
No,
Which
like,
is
yeah,
making
but-
it worse.
Well, I mean, like, not make it worse to the point where they're going to die.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
cleaned up my.
like not make them worse, as in like make the sickness worse, but just make sure
that it's
that-
coming out of both ends.
that it's actually gonna happen, not maybe happen.
Okay, fair enough.
You know.
All right.
If that's a thing that's a suggestion of his.
Am I understanding that you're trying to like knock some people out so that they don't get killed? Like you're just trying to incapacitate them so that they don't,
No,
maybe
like
don't show
this
up?
is likely good. He saw that Gristle Pete had this stuff. He's using this stuff already. So that's why Dawn's suggestion probably shouldn't eat what he's making tonight. But like if we want to make sure whatever is going to happen in the morning is hindered, it will just to make sure that everybody gets sick. Like just to like assure that's going to happen to everybody, as opposed to maybe he's trying to poison a specific group of people.
I get what you're laying down.
I think I understand. Like, I guess, I mean,
Pretty
I
much
would
fuck up everybody but us.
Yeah, and while you're devising this plan, which I'm sure you share with some people, Chloe would probably be. I don't know if anybody's friendly towards us at this point, but like she would just be trying to overhear a conversation, maybe of anyone else talking about a letter besides us. Anybody.
I think maybe a perception or investigation would be necessary, unless you're like, buttering somebody up to find out, in which case...
No, I'm saving the buttering for plan F.
Ooh.
Oh,
Whoa,
hope we get to
plan
plan
F.
F. Let's get to plan F.
Plan
So,
F.
yeah, unfortunately, that's way down the line. Still trying to load in, so I
Not
guess
that-
I'll just do it on the
not
stream.
that far down the
account.
line.
I'd love to help out and stay on the side of a wall and
Yeah, you're
make
real
those.
subtle, Joey.
Yes, that's me. Subtle.
Super subtle.
Middle
Especially when you
name.
tilt that helmet up. Ooh, that's
Sorry,
not
wrong
bad.
account, but like my laptop's not working right now.
Still quite good. So you hear some questions about the work schedules, but no mention of letters except amongst your own party members. They seem to have identified you fairly well. Harry doesn't get a letter.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
They not really sure that he's a person.
What's mean?
It's just, I mean,
Well, they have him with them, which could be why they got confused, I guess.
yeah. there's some mixed signals being picked up on here, which is perhaps why the letter was written. But as the few minutes between now and dinner tick away,
So, shall Dawn go attempt to poison the populace? Or assure the poisoning of the populace?
Go for it.
Okay. So he will wander up to the kitchen area,
okay.
all the way over yonder. And where's Pete? Is he cooking still? Or
He is cooking. He is moving between several large pots and vats. You can see him scooping between them with that ladle of his. He doesn't sample his food much, but he just sort of sniffs and then adds pinches and dashes and here and there, and then big chunks of things, many of which you're finding a little suspicious. But in order to ensure that everyone gets a semi-equal dose, you'd really have to doctor the food almost as it was served.
is there any of it still around, or is...
Oh, yeah, there's still a fair bit. It seems to be mostly put off to the side, and you know that the leaves are much more potent than the root and stalk of this, and he does seem to have skipped most of the leaves. You think a few went in there. But if you were to grind up those leaves into a paste and then distribute them amongst the bowls, that would certainly ensure a rough evening. Or a roughage evening.
Trying to think if...
And if you wish to do so, then I'll need 2 rolls from you. One being of a herbalism, alchemy, medicine sort of y, and then one being of a sleight of hands, stealthy, sneakiness sort of y.
Okay, hold on.
Even a deception sort of y.
So we wanted a alchemy thingy.
Alchemy, herbalism, medicine, something to make you a potent mixture.
Alchemist tools. What is that? Intelligence?
Intelligence would be fine, and then +2 for bringing the right tools.
Well, because I have. You said +2?
+2 for the tools. Ooh, that's a pretty brutal batch you're brewing. So now that needs to be distributed in a deft fashion. So a stealth, deception, sleight of hands attempt, as you now have your potable. Getting it into people's dishes, though.
Deception in a manner of like, I could make this taste better, and he will, just kind of like on the sly from Gristle Pete.
Sure, you're being obvious about it, but deceptive. I got it.
Yes, and we'll actually use prestidigitation to actually make it taste better.
Could I have helped her by remembering at the last minute to bring her hairnet so she doesn't get any of the hair into the food?
Wow.
He's covered in fur. You could.
Yeah, but no, I mean this fur in particular, and then maybe just some gloves, and then
body hairnet. You just walk up there with a fishing net. And just...
It's for safety.
I'm distracted, so yeah, let's do it. Advantage. Fire it up.
Didn't need it.
Dang.
Did not eat it.
My goodness.
I don't know that Gristle Pete's going to be able to see through this elaborate web of lies. No, he does not. All right. Anyone who dines this evening? So, who's eating?
Well, I guess not us.
Yeah. Donna warned us off the food.
Pete's like offering you a big bowl. He's like, you don't want, but you helped. It's
Oh.
delicious.
Can Dusk like take a bowl and pretend to eat?
Oh yeah, I would definitely take a bowl. Oh, Elma's real hungry, so I'm gonna go. He's so lonely. I'm gonna go eat with Elma.
I mean, you could take bowls and like wander off. Just
Sure.
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
That works.
I will say, anyone who is faking it though, please roll me a stealth sleight of hand deception. And here's the caution: if you botch it, someone catches you just at the right moment, and you have to choke down a swallow. So, please reinforce the illusion.
That sounds like the sort of risk I'm willing to take.
All right. Oh yeah, Waverly, you're fine.
So stealth, deception, or sleight of hand, you said?
Stealth, deception, or sleight of hand, your choice. However you tend to
Okay.
be. Like Waverly, I think, is just taking the spoon, like standing with her feet apart and just sort of pouring it out each time just onto the floor, making a little puddle between her toes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just spooky.
Oh, everybody's like, oh, this is the best. Eat up. This is wonderful. A lot of lies going on. Dust just sort of makes hers disappear. All right. So, dinner has passed somewhat eventfully. Now, the letter indicated that people will be called to the center of the courtyard come morning. Is there anything you have planned in the evening? Anything more you'd like to do before you bed down?
I mean, should we maybe have a talk about this letter?
Well, we'd have to do it not like we're all together.
Dawn could act as
Go
I
between.
mean, yeah, we
The
could go back
go-between.
to our rooms and communicate between the rooms with message.
That's probably the best plan.
So who in the other room wants to be the guy on the phone?
Solandra's fine doing that.
For sanity, we'll ignore the echo effect, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves as if you were in the same room. But what are you talking about?
Okay, so they want us to, whoever, probably Bogluck, wants us to go into a courtyard and then kill a bunch of people in the morning on a
It's a
signal.
trap.
No, he
Well,
wants
yeah.
us to go
Well,
and
it's out
ourselves.
obviously a trap.
I'm not sure I understand who he wants us to kill.
Everybody else. That's not us.
I think you guys are misunderstanding the letter. I think it's just so that everybody else kills us. Like, by admitting that we got this letter, they're gonna know that only us got the letter, and then we're gonna be ousted, and then we'll be in a bad way.
I mean,
That, or they're gonna come at us, and we're gonna be killing people that are not involved in any of this, or we're going to be set up, or any number of things. It's just a trap from top to bottom.
this is not a trap that I see any way out of.
Unless we leave.
Unless we leave. So
Well,
I'm inclined
we
to
have-
just, ignore the summons.
We have found the other end of the tunnel, so we could try and sneak out and then wait to see the lizard folk leaving with the treasure, and then follow them. Just leave the roadhouse behind.
I like that plan.
I think it's gonna be kind of obvious that us select people are gone. Plus, I gotta take Elma, so I'm gonna have to make some noise.
We could
I
wait
can
till
cast
everyone
silence.
is starting to get sick.
I can cast silence, so you won't make noise with that.
So during dinner, how many did it look like how many people actually came up to eat compared to how many people are actually here? Do we know if most people ate the food? Casey, you're
Casey?
muted if you're talking.
Sorry. It looked like everybody came and ate. And how about a perception or insight to confirm that hunch? Or deny it?
I'll roll.
Sure.
We could help because he was the one doing it.
So you're pretty sure everybody ate. I mean, it didn't look like anybody was holding back. I mean, there's a few people who are a little finicky.
Like even like Bogluck and the other captain guy, like the big guys in charge, were eating too.
Yeah, Bogluck came up, just slurped down a bowl and headed back down to work.
Nice.
Oh.
I will say there is something very funny about the captain of the guard. He has fancy boots. He has fancy boots. He has fancy boots, and they're not dirty, and I don't know, like, they're not guard captain boots. And I don't know if... I suspect he's probably not what he seems, but I don't know if that means whether he's on someone we could trust or not.
Safer not to trust anyone.
Well, true. Unless he proves differently.
We really don't have any reason to stay.
I was going to say, what do we gain by staying around and waiting for this trap to spring?
Not much.
We know where the tunnel is. We know the lizard folk will be coming through it again tonight, probably. We're here to follow the treasure. Treasure's heading off that way.
If
Let's
all
follow
goes
it.
well with the food, practically everyone is going to be getting very sick. It will be chaos.
So this is
that would
going to
be
be
the
the
best time.
opportune time to disappear.
Absolutely.
Oh, works for me.
Maybe try that thing we were going to try last time, casting sleep on the two guards, so that nobody sees us leave.
Have you ever had food poisoning?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It is unlikely they are even going to care.
They're probably not going to be on duty if they have real food poisoning. They're just going to be sitting somewhere crying and praying for it to stop.
Oh my god.
Yeah, maturity level 5,000. Now, I guess my my only concern with leaving would be to make sure that, like, I guess I would ask Philandra, seeing as how she's been in the tunnel, if it's possible to, can we shut that thing down? So, I mean, I'm all for following, where the stuff's going is where the biggest evil is, so we got to go that way. Is there any way to shut the tunnel down so this operation is, not working anymore?
I mean, I think we've learned everything we can learn from here.
I'm afraid that if we try and shut the tunnel down, we'll force the cultists to change what they're doing, what their plan is with regards to all this treasure and stuff, and then we won't know what they change it to.
What the heck did you just roll, Casey?
All the people getting
really
sick.
Bad night.
Oh, okay.
One person is
One
okay.
person's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about. The food was great.
Everyone is exploding from either and around him.
That one person forgets about having to take care of everybody else.
that one guy has got the most amazing constitution. He's actually an orc, not a half orc, a full orc.
Just like Mother Maid. So, as time passes, you do notice a larger than usual progression towards the buckets stored in the stable. It's not a flood of people yet, but it's more than you would certainly expect. There's a little grumping, a little grousing, but I don't think they've quite caught on yet to what might be befalling them in the near future.
It always starts off subtle.
Is there anything else you would like to do as the floodgates prepare to open?
Should we maybe get Elmer out now before, while it wouldn't be too suspicious to go on and do like another patrol?
Especially if they're all going to be
Or-
throwing up in the stables.
Or
Yeah.
just a ride because he's your horse. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be ready to slip away when nobody's having fun. I didn't know how
Zero
to finish
fun.
that sentence. Zero fun.
Yeah, the information that I got about the umps and Elmer, Casey, like when did that technically take place, or could it take place when I go to interact with Elmer?
That actually took place as you were returning Elmer from your patrol. So you came in to discover them doing that, and you're like, you didn't see nothing, and they did the penguin hand wave in front of you.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess idle conversation with them real quick about. Everybody's out there spooked about the scary dragons, and they got Elma all spooked as she's brushing Elmer. That's crazy, right?
Oh, the dragons are a lot of trouble, yeah. But the mules don't seem to mind. They keep their eyes down.
You guys don't seem scared of dragons like Elma is. That's a funny contraption you got there, by the way. What are you guys doing? Is that a hammock?
Nothing.
Are you sleeping? What is this?
Yeah, it's a hammock for sleeping. Nothing to see here.
But you're standing up. And they're both holding it. That doesn't seem like a whole lot of sense. You're holding either side of him while he's sleeping, and then you're running back and forth. What are you doing?
It relaxes us.
Oh, well, you know what? It's fine. I'll just go ask Bogluck. He and I are real close, and I'll,
No.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's my secret invention.
Which umph is this?
It's Wump.
Secret invention. Oh, you got the smarts, huh? So what does it do? Does it help you feed the mules or something? Is it a new kind of hitch for a cart or something?
No, you see, and he fetches the pair of wings that he had quickly stowed away out, and he attaches them to his back, and he holds them out as if he was going to fly. And then he stands on a little hammock swing, and he gives a nod, and the other umps lead him down, and he starts swooshing through the air. He goes, "It creates a breeze."
It sure does.
Fan.
That's pretty impressive. It's almost like you're flying there. That's pretty cool. Wump, look at you.
Well, I guess it could be used for flying. I mean, shh.
Oh, yeah, no, I won't tell anybody. But, what are you doing working in the stables with those kind of smarts, Wump?
Well, they don't really pay well for half ideas, and I was studying the dragon when it passed overhead so I could figure out how it does it.
Interesting. Well, I know some people in some pretty big towns that might be interested in those kind of smarts and developing that kind of stuff. If you got more ideas, maybe you and I can, work together sometime.
Sure. But, I mean, you have to pay better than it pays here.
That's not that hard, Wump. And you won't be covered in shit either.
Kind of looks. I took a bath.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
you saying?
Mm-hmm. Here's some food.
Thanks.
Okay.
Takes the bowl of food and eats it. Did you just poison another child?
Wait, you never said they were kids. Damn it, Casey.
Oh no!
These are not supposed to be kids.
No!
Not fair.
They're
did, in
stable
fact, never say they were
boys,
good.
not stable men.
I think hands. No. I don't have time to listen back now, and you're retconning so all my characters kill children.
Oh, it's
Well,
fine. They'll just-
theoretically, this isn't going to kill anyone.
They'll be fine. I'm sure they have a very.
Theoretically.
I'm sure they have a very
Well-
sturdy constitution.
I mean, there were some natural, ones in that,
Oh, they'll be fine. They just-
Wow.
Theoretically, the wine wasn't poisoned either, or I didn't know, and then suddenly dead child, and then I was like, let me help you with those vines, and then suddenly more dead children. It was just...
So yes, the stable boys, not stable men, accept the food and eat. They're not children. They just have childlike wonder and delight. Very slim frames, a little short, and they're not that old. They're not children.
So like 15?
Sure, we'll say around 15. You know, probably a little younger than the party is. What's the youngest person in the party?
14.
Oh, so yeah, probably like 13,
6.
12.
Okay.
6, 5 or
All right,
6 years old.
these are children territory now.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, they'll be fine. It's just an upset stomach.
Oh
They've had
wait,
those
no,
before.
this isn't human food. Hold on. Is there a horse that looked like it might be Bogluck's horse?
Oh
So
god.
the only horse.
Don't poison a horse.
The
I'm
only
just
horse
making
in
it so
here-
he's not comfortable riding or having a giant half-orc sit on him while he's busy tooting.
The only horse in here is Elmer. Everything else is a mule, a much smaller creature, but good for pulling carts.
Okay, never mind then. I just didn't want him chasing after us, that's all.
So what's
I wasn't
on
gonna
there,
kill
though,
him.
then?
I mean, I don't think a horse is going to be too much help in a swamp anyway. I could be wrong, but
Anybody
guys
seen the
ever-
never-ending story?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Who's this guy?
I'm also not leaving Elma here after we leave, because anything that was ours that stays is free
Hey.
game for all sorts of torture.
His name's not Artex, so he's got a shot.
Could go either way.
Not going into this. What's the name of the swamp?
Swamp of Despair, I believe.
yeah, that's why I suggested going off on a ride with him now.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Do it.
Less suspicious than in the middle of the night.
So I just go off on a ride with him and not come back?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well then I guess
Then we'll all
undo
come
my
join you.
conversation with everybody, because I'm leaving in the middle of the day.
Okay. Well, I mean, you'll be leaving towards the evening, so you can have had that conversation and now decide to head out. You've still got a few licks of light left. Boop, boop. Anybody else doing anything? I mean, it seems like maybe the party has some sort of division, perhaps a split at this point.
What?
Do we?
What?
Isn't Chloe going out with the horse?
She's going for a ride.
Okay.
Guess so.
Is she coming back?
Oh.
No, the rest of us are following out later. It's just harder to sneak a horse out in the middle of the night.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we didn't all want to leave where everyone could watch us because that would be super obvious.
Okay.
That would
Uh,
defeat the purpose of being sneaky.
So here's what we're gonna say. Taking the lower of these two rolls, which is a 7. We're giving them a -5 penalty due to reasons, which makes that a 2. I need you, in whichever order you're leaving, to roll a stealth check and do a 3 or better.
I will ritually cast silence for the party going here, so that should negate the disadvantage for armor,
Okay.
Does
since
that
we're not
get
making any noise.
Does that give me advantage for people who are not receiving a stealth disadvantage?
It would not. It'll just
Ah.
offset. It'll just offset it because you're still moving across a pretty well guarded courtyard. You're probably going to stay to the underhang, but there's a lot of people traveling back and forth across this courtyard for some reason. Some of them with quite a bit of urgency displayed on their faces. So, who is the first that's going to be attempting the escape?
Me.
Please give me a stealth check. Do better than a 3. A 3 or better. I think that's unimpossible.
I can't fail.
Okay.
I could not fail that.
All right.
Impossible.
Unimpossible. So, Chloe is outside. Waverly is outside. After a few minutes, they do find each other and meet up. Who else would like to brave the crossing?
I'll go. Stealth. I'm still on advantage, but that doesn't matter.
That's all right.
There we go.
Dawn is outside. Anyone else?
I'll go out,
Okay.
and I should probably take Harry with me.
Make sure he's not cranking the thing.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure he's not making noise.
Poor Harry.
She vanishes.
Harry is hidden entirely in her fluff.
Harry makes a little noise, but not much. So out you two go. That leaves Talace, Valandra, and Joey, I believe.
All right. I think
Valandra
I
and Joey will be going together for the area of silence
Yeah.
to negate the armor disadvantage.
So Talace, before or after do you go?
I'll go after.
Okay. Joey and Valandra then.
Okay.
Still have a 20% chance of failing this.
Bang!
All right. Well,
What?
now it's 100%.
Oh my
Hold on, let me
god.
see if I can do
Oh
that
my
too.
god.
There we go.
Oh, hold on.
No, see, that's fine.
Totes okay. So, as you two begin making your way across, let's make a quick check here. Oh yeah, that's a good number.
Oh no.
You guys all come down here.
Okay, we're not all like hanging right outside the door going.
No. You've
Okay,
moved
cool.
a little ways away.
Just making sure.
You're like leaning on the gate, looking back at them.
You're popping around the corner, one on top of the other.
So,
Yeah. Scooby-Doo style.
as you start making your way across, Valandra, Joey, you hear, "Oh, who goes there?"
I do not, actually. I don't hear that.
Oh, that's
The
true.
silence. She can't hear anything. And neither can Joey.
You hear, and then you hear, and then a little more,
But I could hear it.
and then all of a sudden a longbow arrow appears in the ground in front of you.
Okay. And
I
turn
can't
around.
turn here. All right, there you go.
Standing at the edge of the balcony just above you, looking down at you, waving his arms and a bow and pointing, and then making big talky gestures with his hands, and then tapping his ears, because he has now entered that same zone of silence you are in. He points back towards your room, and then covers his mouth and swallows hard. What are you guys doing?
I guess I'll dismiss the silence, because that worked out well.
Okay. The silence drops and you hear, "Oh, I don't know what that was, but I'm having just..."
Well,
Where are you going? What are you doing? What's going on?
Me, I gotta get out.
No,
I gotta get outside.
no.
And I want to.
Deception, please.
So you want to do that? I'll help you with that one.
I hope you can throw up on the spot.
All right. They are very convinced that your urge to get outside is vomit related, and they're like, Whatever. Just stop doing that.
And then as soon as I get around the door, I'll make that noise as loud as I can.
And then you hear like, oh, I got it down. I had to swallow it, but I got it down.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Just come back in when you can. That's not safe. Oh.
Might be a while. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay. Great. Okay.
Talace, as you hear this exchange, what are you doing?
Face palming so hard.
Hey, it worked.
She's real eager to come outside now.
All right, here I go.
It probably smells amazing in there right now.
It is not a good day. Talace, you just amble on out. I mean, this is all
She's just
casual for
walking.
you.
She's just walking.
All right. You are now outside the Carneth Roadhouse. It is nighttime. We're very close to it. About 1,000 feet away, down a steep decline, is the edge of the swamp where you know the tunnel entrance awaits you. The roadway heads south. Several days could take you back to the cities you've left behind, or you could head into the swamp. Where are you heading?
My thought would be to go wait like nearby but a ways away the end of the tunnel to try and see them coming in and sneaking back out with the treasure, and then try and follow them.
Okay.
What do other people think?
That's a good plan as any. Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably with an area of silence, but have a scout or two outside the area of silence that are like good at stealth.
Okay.
But just so anyone, Joey, Chloe, Valandra, and Elmer at least in silence, so that we're not giving away our position because of our armor.
Sounds good. You make your way down. You establish yourself a few hundred feet away from the entrance and a little bit uphill, so there's no real reason that anyone would come in this direction. Can I have a stealth and a perception from whichever team members are headed out to act as scouts?
Well, if they're scouting, I should probably go out.
Okay.
That would be a good plan.
And here's the only thing I'm going to throw: disadvantage because it's dark.
You can't, and he can't.
Oh. Oh.
I also feel like we should institute a rule of you're allowed outside of the area for like 15 minutes, and then you have to come back.
No.
And if you don't come back, we all come out.
Who has dark vision?
Everyone but Waverly and I. So maybe like Dusk being the scout would make more sense.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I think she gloats a little, it sounded like.
Fine.
Yeah, we're going out in pairs to go scout, right? Like no man alone.
Okay, so who is joining Dusk out on the scout?
Also for
I'll go.
helping.
I'll go with her.
Okay. So Dusk and Talace, whoever would like to, please roll me a stealth and a perception.
Okay. Let's take a look. See.
If you want to get the perception, I can get the stealth.
What's your stealth bonus?
Okay, they're the exact same. Yours are going to be
Okay.
higher regardless, but your perception is going to be way better than mine.
Okay, let's do that. And it's open.
All right.
We're doing with help, right?
Yep, with help. You're helping each other. Yep.
Gotcha. Ooh.
That is not an amazing stealth, though.
You know what? I'm going to roll luck.
Okay.
Good plan.
Plus 3 is 15.
15.
15. That is a
That's
better
better.
stealth. All right. And you do see this coming, but do they see you? I think they might. So, creeping through the swamp, almost crawling, swimming, walking across the marshy ground, a small squad of lizard-like creatures. They're far too tall to be kobolds. Not quite as big as the half-dragons you've encountered. You would think they are most likely lizard folk. They swim down once they reach the tunnel entrance. Perhaps 20 of them in total. But as the third one ducks under the water, one reaches out and grabs its tail suddenly. Gestures up the hill. Outlined, you follow the perfect silhouette of Valandra in mud. The lizard folk look around, and they look in your direction. You see the glint in their eyes, and you think perhaps they see the glint in yours. You're some 50 to 60 feet away as you spot each other. They're obviously a fairly large force. What are you doing?
I think we should slowly withdraw.
Yeah.
Very carefully withdraw.
Just
Alright.
like make a sign, pretend that you're one of the cultists, be like, oh no, I don't see you, just like, of course, this is how everything's supposed to be. But I'm not there, so.
It's like it's a good idea, but I don't know if they thought of that. So we're gonna go
For
ahead.
cleverness.
Switch over to the blank map here.
I was just figuring Talace would be the one who could pull that off, but why is Glumfellow here?
This was the practice map.
Isn't he always here in spirit?
It's a great idea. It's a great idea, Valandra, except for the fact that they're 50 feet apart in the dark, and there's not a lot and what gestures do you make to say I'm part of the cult? There's a lot of empty gaps there.
Well, my thought was just the pretending, obviously I see you, but I'm pretending I don't see you because I'm part of the cult and this is what's supposed to be happening.
Well, as opposed to running, we just want to slowly leave, so it doesn't look like we've been caught doing anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that because the poop runs downhill? Is that why that's
Well,
there?
it said feel free to draw and type as needed, so I just thought it was inviting me to.
I see.
It seems to be the theme of today's game.
I named this episode wrong. I had no idea there would be so much poop.
This is a mature themed game, folks. Just feel the maturity.
You started it, Casey.
Yeah, blame yourself. This was totally your idea.
I don't know that this is what I had in mind.
We just made it bigger, that's all.
Is that what happened?
We made the fires better.
We put the fires out.
You made them worse.
Or did I make them better?
Worse.
Worse.
Or better.
Or better.
Oh dear. So, come on now. Do the things I tell you to. Highlight. Highlight. Something, anything. Well, 20 hates me. Why do you like this?
All this blank space just makes me want to keep drawing.
Embarrassing me. Come on now. I'm
It's
not
not
gonna.
quite 50 feet, Casey.
Well, I'm getting there. Do not know why my map token hates me so much right now because I can't highlight anything. Come on. I apologize. I'm having extreme Roll20 difficulties for some reason. There we go. You guys come back here. All right. If everyone would do me the kindness of adding themselves to the turn order. As I click a few lizard folk.
Does anybody see that other than me?
What?
The purple thing.
I see it.
The poop.
Okay. No, in the turn order window.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Chloe and Bogla keep doing things together, and I'm not sure what's going on.
That's the new turn tracker utility that I'm trying out to see if it makes things nicer, and if it doesn't, then we'll stop it. But basically, it puts this little RNG triangle symbol around whoever's turn it is to make it real easy to know whose turn it is.
Sean finally got to you.
I was like, because he actually was smack talking about it. I was like,
Yeah, he spent the entire. That's like his number one DM skill is smack talking.
There we go. So turn has begun. Lizard folk, they don't seem to buy your casual spiel and start rushing towards you. 30 feet, 50 feet, 55 feet, 60 feet, right up in your face, hissing at you. As they do so, you realize they're a little dragony. But Talise, what are you doing about this?
Whoa, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
so weird.
That is the new turn order thingy. It's telling you it's your turn.
Oh, okay, so nothing actually happened.
No, you're fine.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's your turn.
It's just my turn.
Eldritch symbols appear beneath you on the ground, and
Yes.
Like everything looks dangerous all of a sudden.
you're in the middle of a ritual, the summoning, whatever.
I like it. Seems legit.
Okay, I ended up rolling initiative kind of late there because for some reason I was clicking initiative and I wasn't doing anything. I just realized.
All right, there you go. Back to normal.
Thank you.
Still Talise.
You know what? I'm going to take my action to disengage.
Okay.
And then withdraw 30 feet because I can't dash because of this. Oh my god, the movement token thing. 30.
Swampy. Water. Secret hole.
And then since I'm now within visual distance of my friends, it'll be like, we got problems.
You're actually just within the silence, actually, but you can gesture to us.
Flail.
Flailing begins.
She's performance art is her thing. You know there's a problem.
There's a problem.
She made a hissing motion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do the rest of us see any of this happening, or when the lizard folk rushes up? To her,
even as they rush up, I believe they're out of range of sight from most of you. No, you can see them. You see fine. 60 feet.
Or those
Except
with
for the
dark
blind
vision.
people.
Those with dark vision can see them.
Those with the dark vision can see.
How dark is it out here? Is it completely
It's nighttime in a swamp, so it's pretty dark.
Lots of trees.
A fair number of small trees. Everything down here is really almost rotting and melting. It's mostly small hillocks of ground, old trees that have fallen over and are starting to disintegrate. Everything's got kind of a weird, melty smell to it.
Climbable tree.
Climbable tree. Well, you could climb any of these trees, but they wouldn't get you much of a height advantage.
Too much advantage. Just, out of the way.
Mhm.
Like you do.
Like you do. That's going to bring up our next lizardy folk. Lizardy folk starts to running. Gets up alongside Dusk. Waverly. The encroachment has begun. You don't see a thing, though, aside from Celeste doing her dance.
Probably all I can really safely do at this point.
Sure.
So, yeah, that'll be it.
Got it. Chloe.
Did you want to cast light on your sword, Waverly?
Well, that's the is it going to draw undue attention? Do I
We've
actually...
already got undue attention.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll cast light on my sword. Alright, I was trying to be careful for once in my life. Alright.
Good instinct, wrong time.
All right. So
that's chaotic good for you.
As you go to cast light on your sword, Valandra, please remind me what the radius on silence is.
20 feet.
Oh, so close. It works. Chloe.
Okay, I am going to. So can I use Elmer's a warhorse? I can use him as a mount, basically.
Sure.
And can I assume that he would take any actions that he would on my turn? Then I guess I've never had that.
He does not really have actions. He just sort of goes where you tell him to.
Okay, got it. So no dodge for you.
What's his speed?
60
his
feet,
speed is
right?
fast.
His speed
Or
is
should be
yeah.
It should be 120.
He has a 60-foot speed. You can dash with him without using an action of your own. So effectively, it's 120.
Okay.
And I believe you should have control of him.
Excellent. Okay. Come on, Elma. And gonna and head in towards this one. And I will... For my action, I will swing my warhammer at this guy here from on top of Elma. Just kind of like I'm playing polo. I've seen a lot of rich people do this, and if I just swing right... Poof.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, I'm finally at the right height!
Who knew the whole problem was you were not mounted? Wait a second. That made it come out wrong. But that's a hit.
I have more.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite the shit out of him.
Okay. That's mighty smitey.
And then as my bonus action... Oh my god. Yay! Bonus action, Shield of Faith on Elmer, too. Because he's not able to take a dodge action, and I don't want him to die.
Unsurprisingly, that lizard folk is no more. So, and I will just double check. That smite, the 48, was already doubled for the crit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's a lot of hurt. It just crumples. And you suspect that any chances you may have had for resolving this in a non-violent fashion have just gone a bit out the window. Chloe, any other activity for you?
Other than, the bonus action, Shield of Faith on Elmer, and no, I'll just do one of those really cool things where I kind of tilt Elmer back and he does his hooves up a little bit and looks kick-ass. That's about it.
All right. As you do that, the lizard folk runs and hides from you behind Dusk. The next rushes up to do the same. That's going to bring us to Dusk.
Punch holes through them.
Sorry, I just got the mental image of these lizard folk just running over Dusk and literally hiding behind her. She's just so confused. What are you doing? But I'm guessing combat is still happening. So let's see. I'm going to use a flurry of blows because there's a lot of them.
There are a significant number.
And they are, like, actually intending to attack me. Like,
They do seem rather intent on that.
yeah, okay. Just making sure. Let's do things. So I'll go from the top to bottom, I guess,
Okay.
and see how much. If I can bring them down, we'll move down.
Sure.
But
27 is a hit. You can turn your auto damage on. You hit a lot. 11 doesn't kill him.
How do I auto damage?
It's an option on your sheet. We'll get it later.
Okay.
27 still a hit. 7 is a little more damage, but not enough. He's reeling, though.
Wait, that's not the right button. Hold on.
No. More damage out of nowhere.
No.
27 still hits him. It's a theme here. 8 is enough. He crumples under the flurry of blows.
I love how each of those 27s was your first roll. You just rolled a 19 3 times in a row for the first one.
And if you were flurrying, I think you still have one attack
One
left.
more. Yep.
I do. So let's move on down to the next one.
Come on, 27.
Is it still? Is this?
14, not enough, though.
Darn.
Bounces off his shield, and then he stares at you, rather upset. Dusk, any other activities for you?
No, actually, I'm content to remain right here.
All right. That's going to bring up a lizard folk who rushes forward, gets within range, rears back, and hurls a javelin at Dusk. I don't think a 10's going to get Dusk. It's going to bring up... Oh, why did I do that? Come on up here. Gets within range. Javelin at Dusk.
Am I not looking cool over here? Hit me.
There's a few.
There's
They'll
some
get
free
to you.
javelins on the ground now.
Sorry,
for
Dusk.
you.
I was trying to look all distracting. Apparently,
right.
they just like the fluffy kitty.
Chloe. Javelin coming at you for sass talking. 18.
Negative.
Negative. Lizard folk. Where are you at? 30 feet. There you are. Hurls a javelin. This one at Chloe. 10. No. Lizard folk, you let me down here, guys.
Making us all proud, lizard folk.
Dealing the damage here.
Thank you
that one's
for
gotta
your
be at Dusk.
javelin donation.
Dusk, another javelin for you. Yeah. They're just laying them out. Like, they're just going to put this down here. Been a long walk.
Restock Chloe for after all this time.
Been a long walk. Javelin. This one.
Is he throwing it off into nowhere? Is that what that was?
He just lobs this next one way out there at Talace. He's just like, I'm just going, shooting for the hills at disadvantage. Talace, 16?
Wow, how is he gonna do that far? Yeah, he hits me.
He just throws, it hits, he takes his hands up, slaps him down on his thighs like, bah! And there we go. And with that, Dawn, goes to you.
Scoot out this way. He's gonna launch all his magic missiles at this guy.
All right. A horde of magic missiles descends. Please damage him.
Nice.
Oh my
20
god.
is a lot of damage, but he is made of stern stuff and
Does that
stays
roll
standing.
enough?
I don't know.
I think so. Pew pew. And if there's a tree nearby, he's gonna scurry up.
All right. Dawn takes to the small trees. Lizard folk rushing forward. Mage identified. Javelin at range. Incoming. Dawn at disadvantage.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Lizard folk. Again at Dawn. Disadvantage. 10? I don't think so. What are you doing, guys? Joey.
Well, I mean, I guess huff and puff and try to get
Blow
my
their
way
house
down there.
down.
Try to get my way down there. What is that? 4 above Elmer.
Giant broccoli attacks the field.
Oh, giant broccoli. Oh, noes.
What you measuring there, Joey?
I'm gonna like run up and I'm gonna huff and puff and be like, I'm sorry guys, I can't reach there, and then start ready shatter at this point.
Okay.
Once all of the lizard men from back here have moved.
Ooh,
Nice.
strategy. All right.
For those of you, sorry. I had it off so that it wasn't showing measuring, but apparently DMs can see measuring.
Who knew? I learned a thing today.
That
So
is
Joey,
that is
let
a
me
good
know.
point. Yep.
We
let me
just
know when
lost
you can see
Jessie.
it. Oh,
Yeah, there she is.
all right. So lizard folk rushing forward 30 feet, trying to get into range. Hucking a javelin at dusk.
This guy's in the way.
13, no. Lizard folk rushing forward 30 feet. This one's going to Chloe. Lizard folk, what are you doing?
They they are targeting the 2 people with the highest AC or throwing at disadvantage. So,
Dusk again. Just going
But
back
it
and
seems
forth
those
here.
disadvantages are working well,
Hang on. that
Yep,
didn't-
I'm
that was-
glad that crit didn't hit.
Hang on, that was not the correct button. Let's hit the correct button. 19 on Dusk.
That does hit.
8 points of piercing damage. As one finally rains down upon you. Volandra.
Okay.
Yep, good.
That silence seems to have failed once again. I will stop concentrating on it. So no more silence.
Mhm.
Run up here. How far does Waverly's sword glow? How far can I see here?
60 feet-ish? No, wait, 40 feet-ish.
Let me check.
I think it's 2040. 2040. So right about
2040.
there.
Okay. So I can't. Okay. So. Yeah. No. I'll object interaction as to remove the covering from my ever-glowing holy symbol.
Mhm.
So I am now a bright beacon. I think that one is actually 3060 or something. Just a moment.
Mhm.
Oh, it doesn't actually specify. A torch's brightness. What's a torch?
So 2040.
Okay.
So that's-
Well, never mind.
and then you.
Okay, so I can see those 2 at least.
Yep.
So I will. I'll just sacred flame the injured one.
Okie doke. Dexterity saving throw. Dance. He doesn't dance.
No.
He dies. Burnt to a crisp, he falls. Belandra, anything else?
I will. Yeah, all healing word Talace.
Okay. Talace receives the benefit of a healing word as the lizard folk continue their onslaught, rushing
There you go.
forward.
Oh, you are the best. All my hit points back.
Dusk, javelin. No. Chloe, Javelin. 19?
She's fixing Steam Shore stuff, but yes, I do believe that does.
Okay. 5 for her if it do. Rushing forward, lizard folk. Back at dusk. An 11, no. Lizard, what are you doing?
Blinded by the light.
Casey, didn't you say those areas of light were 20-40? Because the circles are 30 feet. So you know.
I thought I typed in 40. I'll check that in 1 second.
Okay.
Going for
okay.
long.
I was going diagonal. Sorry,
Oh,
never mind.
no problem. Going for long range. Javelin all the way out to dawn. Disadvantage. No. Last lizard folk before something horrible happens. Rushes forward. Aims at Chloe. He's dedicated. He's got grit. Oh, he does. 13 points of damage.
howdy.
Just in case, I mean, he stepped forward, so that's going to be my trigger. So before...
Okay.
Before, I mean, it's not likely, but...
Yeah, so you will take the 13 points of damage, but this is going to hurt a bunch of people. And what is the range on this thing?
10 feet.
10 feet. Yep, 10
So
feet.
it's
All these folks here get.
It's 11 of them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Indeed. Typewriter style, Constitution saving throws. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
4 of them made it.
Some of them didn't do too bad, but that's still a lot of damage. So that is 7 for you. $13 for you. There's got to be a faster way to do this.
And then, like, as I'm casting that, and as it comes out, I'll be like, 11 out of 20 ain't bad to lace a little help.
11 out of 20 ain't bad at all.
Yeah, I think that was the best place to cast it right there.
Yeah, they suddenly all look pretty freaking rough. And as we come to the top of the turn order, that brings us up to a dead lizard folk, and then that brings us to Talace. Talace, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up here right next to Joey.
Okay, please don't make me roll.
Show him how it's done.
I'm going to make you roll so much. And yeah, this is my center focus. So
Okay.
10 foot square. All these guys here. All of these guys in here are going to
1,
get
2,
hit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them.
Okay, and we go to shatter.
Alrighty.
We're going to shatter at 3rd level.
Ah! That's a lot of hurt. Alright, that's only 15 hurt. That wasn't as bad as it could have been. So let's see here. How many did I just count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you are a DC of 15.
15.
That's a mess.
So 4 of them made it again.
All right. A lot of lizard folk taking a lot of damage right now. And he is going to die. Don't die, lizard folk. He is just barely hanging on. And then I'm going to just pull you off the map as you die here because it's going to be a mess. That's dead. That's a dead. You are alive. You are alive. You did.
Nice.
And that is the set. All right. Talace, any additional action for you?
I think we're all doing all right now, so we're going to hang on to those inspiration points for the moment.
Got it. Boom. And the lizard folk fall. Get rid of the bodies here. And Waverly, what are you up to?
Okay. Decisions. I was gonna run up to about here.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You
want
can
to
see
shoot
one of them.
I can see one of them. Actually, maybe I'll have
Only
to run
one
over-
right now.
Only one. Oh god, this is fancy lighting.
There we go.
Okay. This is too fancy for me. Okay, so I ran over here, and we're gonna shoot this guy
Okay.
with my arrows.
With the arrow.
And sneak
Where am I
attack
at?
is within
That
5
is
feet, right?
That is definitely a sneak attack.
Alrighty, let's see it.
Nice.
18's a...
Pew.
Wow.
Pew pew.
Nice.
Danger Mouse has
There's
returned.
just nothing left. As you just... Boom. It looks like a comedy skit. There's one going in one side, one coming out the other side of his head. He just sort of looks around for a second and falls over. Waverly, anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Chloe Majestic
That is
attacking
plenty.
Elmer. What
That
are
was
you doing?
plenty.
She'll bring Elmer around to face everybody else and be like, "We're all working together so well. It's making me tear up. Come on, Dusk. Let's and Elmer, come with me. Come on, Dusk. Let's form up ranks here." And everybody else seems to have our back. Also, what the hell, Talace and Joey? What the hell was that? And Waverly, Jesus Christ. And she will reach behind her back and pull out a javelin and huck it at Mr. Low Health in front here.
Ooh, Mr. Lowhell.
They're
Yeah,
low
there's-
health.
Logically, there's a whole bunch of them right around your feet,
Yeah,
too.
they're like all
There's
over.
javelins everywhere.
I'm telling you, the height of Elma, it's got me golden. Go.
Thwong! He staggers around and falls.
And bonus action, second wind as she kind of like tries to loosen her chest armor a little bit to breathe a little better.
All right. Dusk.
This is gonna like mew on over here.
Mew.
Attack this one that's right in front of me.
Okay.
And we'll go with flurry blows. Because why not?
12's a miss. 24 is not a miss. 8 points of damage hurts him considerably, but he is still standing. 21 is a hit. 6 more damage. He's still standing.
And gone.
And gone. No more hiss left in him. He's a flat tire.
Flick him in the forehead. He falls over dead.
Yes.
Dusk, any additional movement for you?
Are these guys the ones who were throwing javelins earlier?
Yes.
Great, I'm gonna move forward.
Okay. Dusk closes in. That brings it to the lizard folk. Lizard folk rushes over, sandwiching Dusk. And remind me, we are playing, or are we not playing, advantage for flanking? I think not.
We were not playing at flanking.
We were not.
Just
Yeah.
wanted to double check. As you rush forward, though, he takes his attack, drawing a heavy club and swinging. 17, Dusk?
Nope.
Frustrated, he bites at her. 18.
Just got
Mouth full of fur. Delicious. Other lizard folk rushing forward, closing in, clumping together, hoping that these evil mages are not willing to attack with their friends so close. Stabs with a javelin in melee. 12.
We know how to
Obviously, they don't know
measure.
anything about Joey.
We know, no, you clearly don't know anything about Joey. Well, we could just leave them behind if they're unconscious.
Dusk, I think that final bite got you, though. 22?
Yes, it does.
All right, 6 points of piercing as the lizard folk tears in and comes up with more than just fur. Dawn, in your tree, what are you doing?
Yes, he's going to launch his Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
All right.
Put
Let's see
himself
some roll here.
right in the oven.
.22 and 20 both hit. 15 points of damage is more than enough. And the lizard folk, in an effort to avoid being shattered, gets eldrically blasted. Dawn, anything else for you?
Nope, he's comfy where he is.
All
Far,
right.
far away from the pain.
Lizard folk bite and stab. Dusk, I don't think either of those do it.
Mm-mm.
Other lizard folk rushing in. 4 corners of doom. Bite and stab. 23 for 5. More teeth find their way into the kitty's flesh. Joey, as they nom on your friend, what are you up to?
Well, I mean, I could always just blow it up.
I mean,
You could hit 6 of them and your kitty.
This is not what
sibling.
Joey's really good at. Like,
Oh, you could hit
This
those
is
6
not
of them
my
without
fault.
hitting the cat. Oh, 5. Yeah.
I don't wanna do this. Like, this is not what Joey's built for. But like, I mean, if you're gonna clump up, geez.
oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I guess
All
Joey's
right,
kind of built for it.
Man, his shatter rolls are so much nicer than mine.
all right.
It's true. Somehow, every
You're
time.
gone.
Those
You're
five.
gone. All right, let's find out about the 3 that remain here, top to bottom. 1, 2, 3.
They got a whole lot.
They're alive.
11 damage isn't bad, though.
Man, that is a lot of damage on a past saving throw.
Yeah, 877. Jesus.
Joey, anything
Good
else
roll.
after you bring the noise?
I mean, I'm just gonna start running up a little bit
All right.
because I'd much rather be there. I'm gonna move my 30 feet, and that'll be it.
You know, maybe if you had gotten a warhorse like your sister instead of just teasing her about it, throwing money at her.
Hey, I bought that armor for that horse. I mean, I helped buy that armor for that horse. Oh God, Chloe, don't trample me.
He's not yours. He's mine. But thank you for the armor. He looks very nice.
All right. One of the lizard folks takes the opportunity to rush towards Joey. Javelin stab and a bite. No easier to hit than the others. But they'll keep trying. Joey, javelin stab and a bite. It's not my night, folks. Valandra.
Okay, let's see. 30 feet. I think that's where I can make it.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite. Okay. Yeah, we'll just Sacred Flame the one at the bottom, below Dusk.
Okay.
So Sacred Flame.
Dance, sucker, dance. Ooh, he dances.
And then healing. Oh, okay. Well, and then healing word to Dusk.
You got it.
Take 12.
Yay.
Valandra, any additional movement for you?
That was 30 feet, so
All right.
I'm done.
The dancing lizard folk stabs and bites at Dusk. No. Other lizard folk rushing in, trying to surround and down the kitty. Grabs and drags. Grapple attempt to pull to the floor. Dusk, can you give me a acrobatics or athletics, and please beat a 21,
Oh boy.
or be dragged to the
The
floor.
square's all yellow.
Okay. Damn it.
Dragged down, the lizard folk now flailing about on the ground, trying to create openings and opportunities for its friends. But Talace gets an opportunity to do things first. Talace,
Okay,
what you
I'm gonna
doing?
move. I'm gonna move right there. Which
Okay.
I have to put my finger on the screen because I cannot see anything with all this yellow.
Oh. Let me see if I can dial that down a little.
It all looks the same. Do. 10. You're at 15. You're at 15. Great, you're safe. We're centered here, so I'm gonna get that one, and that one. We're gonna shatter at normal level.
Let's see, a normal shatter.
Nice.
And the roll's better.
A lot of
Ouch.
shatter. Potential save. Let's see it. Lizard folk, 15 con saves. Yeah.
Come on.
They're gonna live another 6 seconds, perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right, Talace, any additional action for you?
Dusk, how you doing? I can't see your health bar because someone's standing on it.
I'm great.
Okay. Then I'm fine.
All right. Waverly.
All right. I'm going to move to about here, and I'm going to shoot this dude because shooting things seems to be working well for me today.
23 is
Very well.
Wow.
Like super well.
Nice.
Yes.
Glad you targeted the one with full health.
Right?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Taking advantage of the fact that Dusk is on the ground, you just fire through and strike the lizard folk behind. However, the arrow does not carry enough damage to fully pierce it. But it looks upset that it's now covered in its friend. Waverly, anything else?
That'll be it. Thank you.
Right. Chloe, what are you
I
and
like how you
Elmer
said
up
that
to?
like you were ordering food at a drive-thru.
I have no regrets. No regrets.
All right, so
That
seeing
was max sneak attack damage. Wow. Sorry, go ahead.
it's all good. It was. Okay, seeing everybody like just like move up, but seeing Dust do it first, and now I can't even see her. Oh my God, no! Where'd she go? Come back! And I'll run up here on. Come on, Elmer. Come. Okay, fine. There we go. Thank you, Elma. And I'll come and smack the one that, pulled my kitty friend. Knocked it over, whatever he did. I hate you.
With
You're a jerk.
advantage, if you would.
Thank
Advantage
God
was
for
good
that.
For you. 6 points of damage. Knocks him for a loop, but not out of it. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's all I got right now.
All right. That's going to bring us to Dusk. Dusk, you are still grappled. If you would like to try and break free, athletics or acrobatics, or punch somebody you want, but you would be at disadvantage for being prone. What you doing?
Now, I'm on the ground, right?
You are currently on the ground. The lizard
Okay.
folk has pulled you down with him.
And am I on my back?
You are rolling about with a lizard folk. So you're on your back, you're on your front, you're on your side, you're on his back, you're on his front. It's just sort of roll.
Okay, so it's just like a cloud of smoke going on. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Perfect. Well, I could just punch him.
There it is.
You may certainly punch him, yes.
So I can do that.
All right. You do have disadvantage, canceled out by advantage, so it's a normal attack. There you go. Normal attack. That's a hit. He is now dead. You are no longer grappled.
Stand up.
You may
And
stand up for half your movement, which you have plenty of.
Yep, I'm just gonna do that, and I'll attack the one south of me.
Okay.
'Cause we'll just keep going with the flurries. of
That's a lot of damage.
and one to the west.
West is hard. Oh, 15, 11's a miss.
Okay, and one last one.
11,
another
another
11?
miss. Any
What are the chances of
additional
that? That's weird.
movement for you?
I mean, I did just get 23 27s in a row.
It's true.
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. in what they expect to be their dying moves. Another bite and javelin stab towards Dusk. 18-15 Dusk.
Nope.
Dawn.
Is he high enough where they're not providing cover to any of these guys?
They'll still have half cover, so +2.
I think he's just gonna. They're far away and about to die. He's gonna scurry, so he has lots of movements and climb speed. So he's just gonna run until he has like
Straight shot, sure.
straight shot to this guy, and we'll do. 13?
13 is a miss.
Dang.
9, another miss. The repositioning distracted you, it seems.
It's gross out here.
It is. It's all squishy up between your toes.
Eh,
Actually, do you wear shoes?
Can't like. I guess it depends on how what you consider like tabaxi feet to be like. If they're
Yeah,
like
It's up
paws.
to you. They're your feet.
They make actual shoes for dogs, so even if Tabaxi had paws, I'm sure you could have
Holy
little paw.
crap.
Dusk, 14 points of damage as this lizard folk just goes berserk, does the crocodile thing, grabs hold of your arm, starts twisting, and then stabs upward into your armpit.
Wow.
Joey.
We're gonna step this way, and then we're gonna give a nice halberding. Finally, I get to do something in melee.
Wait.
We're gonna.
Joey, do
Halberd.
you have a halberd? I thought you had a turkey leg.
Oh, God, that's
All right.
even
Well, you know
better.
what? That's still a heavy weapon. Whatever. I'm gonna hit him with my turkey leg.
It's still a halberd. Get it?
Oh, no!
Gross.
Things are taking a turn for the worst.
So a turkey leg. Would you consider that a club?
I thought we made that one the battle axe, because it has to be heavy.
Okay.
I guess we could go great club, or I thought we called that one the battle axe, though.
That's all right. We'll go with battle axe. I'll re-roll the damage if this hits.
All right, an 18 is a lot of damage to him, or a lot of hit to him. So let's see some damage. 8 is plenty.
And then I will
goes
use
away.
my bonus action, because I
Mhm.
still technically attacked with a heavy weapon, to make another weapon attack
You got it.
on this guy. Except I'm going to give him the blunt end of the turkey leg,
Ooh,
as opposed to the
Good plan.
that's a hit, and that's a lot of damage. He's real glad that was the blunt end of the turkey leg.
So he's
Oh.
knocked out, but not dead.
He is the unconscious.
Glad you thought of that, because I was worried, but it wasn't my turn, so I wasn't going to say anything.
Same.
Sleepyhead.
Wait, you guys are worried that I was going to kill the last thing? Like, come on, guys.
Yes.
Come on. I want to know where the
What?
money's going.
Not you specifically, just I was worried that we were just going to kill all of them, and
Because
yeah.
remember the last time we were
Like-
supposed to take a prisoner? How hard that was to
Uh,
negotiate.
Casey,
Yes.
question. You
Sure.
said that the third one going down noticed us, so did 2 of them go under the water and not come back up?
They all came back up, so it grabbed the
Okay.
tail and got their attention to come back in. So that
Gotcha.
appears to have been the lot of them.
19 and a half murders in 18 seconds, isn't
That's pretty
pretty impressive.
good. Pretty good
We are good.
stat. The turkey leg turns back into the form of preference. Now, you have an unconscious lizard folk. In a very short amount of time, you executed a large amount of slaughter. The water around is stained with lizard folk blood, adding to the bad smells. High above, 1,000 feet away, in the roadhouse, you can hear anguished moans.
How?
doing?
What direction is the river going?
It's not a river; it's a swamp. So
I
let's
thought it was like a rivery area.
It is a swampy,
Stagnant.
nasty, stagnant water area. And it is a coastal swamp, so it can occasionally have brackish, salty water in it, sometimes more sweet or plain water. And I've completely lost the Sword Coast again. There's the Sword Coast. Come on over here, Sword Coast.
So if it's coastal and we get some brackish water in there, doesn't that mean there's an inlet somewhere?
There is. So let's talk about what's going on here. So you guys are over here in the Mere of Dead Men. What about there? And this entire area, a little south of Leilon, right there. That is the swamp, and you guys are currently... Give me a color that'll show up. Right about there. And that road doesn't currently exist anymore. Used to pass straight through the Mere before the Mere existed. Over the last 100 years or so, the ground's been slowly eaten away, turned into a swamp full of dead trees and dying things. The water has salt in the air from the ocean, as the rivers no longer flow through it cleanly like they once did. You've just come down out of the mountains, so right where you are is fairly fresh, but you can smell that salt in the air a couple of days away. The path leads almost straight towards the sea, heading out in that direction. You can see where the lizard folk had been coming from. Their tracks are fairly obvious. And as you sight down along the way they've come, you can see there are blaze marks in some of the stubby trees and bushes that must lead somewhere. But there's a good 4 to 5 days worth of slogging through muck to reach the ocean, or wherever you might be going in between. It's nighttime, and you're out in the open. You've got a little bit of light on you currently, but you could disguise that fairly easily. What are you guys planning to do?
There's also a dragon.
There is also a dragon.
And we would like to avoid the dragon.
We're also not
And-
far outside the roadhouse, right? Like,
Only 1,000 feet or so away.
yeah.
Easily visible should they look down in this direction, but they're a little distracted right now.
Yeah, Chloe will jump off of Elmer and take the nearest dead lizard folk and start rolling him down into the swamp and singing the circle of life.
Do they have
I
pockets?
want to see if they have anything on them.
It's
first.
Yeah.
the circle.
Yes.
They usually do when they're
Circle
when
of
someone's being born.
life.
Yeah, do they have anything on them? Can we search their pockets before she rolls
Sure.
them into the river?
You roll them before she rolls them, and you do come up with some very primitive shields and javelins. They don't seem to be wearing or carrying much else. It seems like they're traveling almost intentionally light, as if perhaps they would be carrying something heavy very soon.
Yep. So that was going to be my other question: is do we want to go into the strong room and get anything from there?
I don't know. Do you?
I think only one of us has the ability to breathe underwater, though.
I know. That's why she's asking the rest of the group. Should
We
she
remember how the one that breathes underwater rolled a stealth check, and I
Well,
don't know.
in water, I think her stealth check will be fine.
Did anybody
She'll be
leave
alone.
anything in there?
go? No.
No, we've
But
got all
but
our
there
stuff out of
is-
there.
But there is some of, presumably, the treasure that these guys were gonna gather.
I mean, honestly, if Philandra wants to take that risk, Waverly is 100% behind her then. And she's just really sad that she can't come with because she
How
does
far-
not breathe water.
So
Casey,
it
how
is.
far is the water?
It is 100 feet underwater. So
it's doable.
it's certainly doable. It is a dunk, and it's a few seconds underwater, but definitely not minutes. And you could easily make it as long as disaster did not occur.
Well, and
Oh,
Valandra
then we
can
should-
accompany you one by one to make sure disaster does not occur.
Then yes.
We could have a rope that we could pull ourselves.
Sure.
We could attach each other so we don't get lost. 'cause
Yeah,
it
like
is
if
murky
she
water.
brings a rope down, and maybe if there's a way to like hook it somewhere, we could just have a rope.
And we could
Sure.
pull ourselves along,
You
which
guys,
would actually be faster than swimming.
you guys
It
knock a
would be.
piton in the ground, loop a rope around, pull that one back out. You now have a safe and secure way to travel into the tunnel.
And if anyone fails their stealth check, like they're expecting people to be in here, they're just expecting it to be lizard folk instead of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds reasonable. So you find yourselves, or at least those of you who wish to, wet and dripping and in the dark. Ahead of you, an incline, fairly steep, because it must go all the way up to the strong room, about 1,000 feet away. It's only 4 to 5 feet high, roughly hollowed, but it is traversable. Those of you who wish, make your way up the incline and find a wooden trapdoor above you.
Probably interesting smells coming from that door.
Probably.
Well, hopefully no one's run into the strong room to use that as a lavatory, but
They'd have to
it's
have a key.
possible. It's
Oh
possible.
no!
It's the executive bathroom. You open up to Bog Luck with his bog roller.
Oh no! Oh no! Ew.
The moon shines above you. But what are you guys doing? Wooden trapdoor, inviting, tantalizing.
Yeah,
Who's all
I'm not
gone?
going.
Well,
Chloe would stay out.
Waverly is definitely going. Want to take a look around, see if there's anything interesting. If there's
To
interesting-
steal.
Yes. No. Why would you say that?
right.
Before we go up through the trapdoor, Valandra will ritually cast silence.
Okay. A few minutes pass.
But
Oh.
wait, who's all there?
That's what I'm about to say. A few minutes pass as you gather. Who is all there?
Did we all go?
No.
Chloe stayed behind. Is anyone staying behind with Chloe?
Oh.
No, I mean like
Elmer
Down the
cannot
river.
fit in this tunnel.
It's not only because Elma, like, I don't see the point of going in and stealing stuff. We found our tracks that we're looking for. And it's not like they're going to be...
Okay.
It's not like they're going to be expecting the sounds. They're pooping and vomiting, so they're
But
not
there
going
might
to really be
something
listening.
useful that we could use.
Then you'll bring it back. Not a problem.
I don't know. I mean, we left under the guise of it's our goal to find where this stuff is going, and now we're backtracking just because we might find something useful. It doesn't make much sense to me. We see our track in front of us, so why not continue down that way?
Because if we can find something useful, it will let us do our job even better.
Dust meanwhile's like 50 feet away, just picking up goblins.
And most of the stuff in there that you're going to find is useful is stolen stuff from somebody else. So I'm not okay with all this pilfering and stealing. None of this belongs to any of us.
If there's anything good in there, it's going to belong to the cultists.
But none of it belongs to them either, is what I'm saying. And if we go in there and take it, not only are we risking our lives for stuff that might be helpful, but we're risking our lives when we... that's not what we're sent here to do, is to go get something that might be helpful. I'm just saying, you guys do what you want to do, but...
There might be information.
There might be information, that's true. That's very, very good. Listen to him.
That was more along the lines of what Valandra was thinking. Yeah, that they might find something out about the cultists or.
Talace's only argument is if Alandra's going, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm still rolling bodies into a swamp and starting to look up on the track listing here. Because as much as Joey's interested in the fat loots and breaking down all the boxes. Like, we're exposed. Also, there's dragons. So yeah, let's get frickin' moving. So
All right.
I will be tracking.
So a quick call out of names. Who is heading up into the strong room?
Waverly.
Okay.
If Waverly's going, then Valandra's going too.
Okay.
If Valandra's going, Talais is going.
Waverly, Valandra, Talais.
Dawn will go because somebody needs to be able to see in the dark.
Waverly,
see the dark.
Valandra. Waverly, Valandra, Talais, Dawn.
But Dawn is actually going to be looking for like any information, like papers, like books,
Yep.
like things that could.
Sure. Waverly,
Give us a
Valandra, Talais, Dawn. Is that the full list?
Because they left the paper in the third day's trunk of, oh, by the way, this is our grand plan. Just make sure you take this in like 4 days later.
All right. Waverly, Valandra, Talais, Dawn. Please each roll 10d100.
10?
10d100
For each of us.
for each of you.
Okay.
I was like, it's not letting me go higher than 7.
Valandra, Talais,
It's a lot of dice.
Dawn.
That's so many.
And Waverly. There we go. Valandra, after about 10 minutes of searching around, moving things about in chests, you've managed to accumulate 511 gold pieces in a carryable form. Talais doing the same, 502. Dawn doing the same, 483. And Waverly, 428. But nothing exceptional has jumped out at you at the moment. Most of your time was spent shoving aside very heavy, but potentially portable copper coins and selecting the gold, the platinum into a pile.
Is it mostly just like coins then?
Most of what you found so far were coins. It's a little difficult because you're sorting through chests that also contain actual implements for road work. So you're finding mortars and dust and powder, and everything you pick up tends to jingle, and you open it and it spikes, and then you move that aside. And a lot of these chests are quite heavy. You can't figure out what the marking system is that they were using to tell. So it takes you about 10 minutes and you've gained that much. Are you spending more time?
I was going to...
How long were they there? How long was this rummaging?
So 10 minutes for the silence, 10 minutes for rummaging. You've been in the tunnel about 20 minutes now.
That's probably enough.
I mean, okay.
Definitely taking that gold because, the more we take, the less is for the cultists.
Of course.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of course.
That's science.
So it's pretty much just coin and then roadwork stuff. There's nothing else.
You'd have to spend more time searching. What you found so far was coin.
I'm going to do a quick detect magic.
Okay. And detect magic, are you doing that ritually or are you doing that on the cast?
No, I'm just casting it.
All right, go ahead and deduct
I'm not going to spend that much time.
And give me a quick investigation roll.
Okay.
Let me help you out with that.
Dawn could actually help because he could.
You know what? Go ahead.
He could do it. He has the detect magic at will.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
you want to do the investigation then?
Advantage on investigation.
With her help.
Yeah.
What's your investigation like? At advantage. Okay. Click, please.
Yeah, if you have detect magic at will, I'd prefer not to use the spell slot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. 19. So you start working your way through the chests, and you're realizing that a lot of the good stuff was kind of hidden down within, and if they've even taken the trouble to hide it within a pile of coins, that would disguise it from your detect magic. It's probably going to take you another 10 minutes of searching to try and find any magical items. Do you wish to spend that time? You're really going to have to crack into a lot of chests.
If everyone else is willing to do that, then yes.
Valandra, do you want to cast that
It's
silence
going to-
again?
Just bring back lots of coins. I want money.
Because if we did crack in more chests with the silence gone.
And
Yeah,
they've been gone for how long?
I don't think we
20
should spend that much more time.
20 minutes at this
agree.
point.
The silence is gone, and like they've been waiting a while. I think we should just go. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing obvious, magical or important.
And you've been
don't-
traveling with these chests for a while, and you have used detect magic to kind of peek at them before. You didn't detect anything on the way up here. So if there is anything magic, they've probably hidden it pretty well.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Done.
Is everybody heading back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So close to 2,000 gold richer. The company returns back down the 1,000 feet of the decline, and then a quick swim. You newfound loot waiting you down. But it's only 500 gold coins. Looking that way.
Share.
Like 50 pounds. Actually, I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm gonna
Hang on.
double check.
Hang
Hang on
on,
one
just
second.
I can actually add it to my sheet and see what
And
happens.
it doesn't
Yeah.
change anything. You add it to your
Yeah.
sheet, it doesn't change anything.
It's
It
like
used
10
to.
pounds.
It
For,
used to.
for me, I add 500 gold. It's like 10 pounds.
10 pounds. Okay, that
Yeah.
seems
Yeah.
about right. Okay,
Yeah.
That's not too bad. It's like 9 pounds.
you got it. Sure. I mean, it's just a 10-pound weight as you're going through the water. That's no problem.
It's like carrying a human head.
It's almost
We're checking
exactly like that, except you can sell it for money.
So it's
Except
better
you
than a
don't have
human
to
head.
sell it because it is money.
It is money.
It's better than a human head in every degree.
I think that's where we will start to wrap. Wait a second. What time is it?
It's 9 o'clock
9 o'clock.
exactly.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock exactly. So we will start to wrap things up then, with the party on the edge of the mirror, getting rather late into the evening and into the night. Quite a bit of discomfort left behind at the roadhouse, but this distraction may work out in their favor. They have dispatched the group of lizard men who were supposed to be ferrying goods through the mirror. And we'll find out where they go after this. When we return, I'll give you guys some opportunities to do some planning throughout the week. If you guys want to do anything, let me know. Please do not recover spells, etc., because you have not successfully rested yet. And you feel that perhaps that will be a challenge as you're out in the swamps. But I believe there was a special surprise mentioned by someone somewhere along the lines.
That is true. However, the special surprise needs special setup time. So we're going.
Oh,
If we can just take our 5-minute break and have people hang out for just a hot second,
sure.
we'll be back for tavern talk
what-
and then the surprise before that.
Dusk, were you still down hit points?
I'm fine. I'm only. Oh wait, yes. No, yeah. I am.
Yeah, you got hit several
Yeah,
times that
I got
last
hit,
round.
yeah, I
I'll do
forgot.
a cure wounds on you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take 11.
11. Cool.
So, while that's happening, and
Yeah,
surprises
so-
are being set up, I'll do some math here.
Anyway,
because-
I'm going to stop the stream for just a second so I can
Sure.
restart for tavern talk.
Okay.
Ba-dum-bum.